We leave Tuesday night. We're gonna leave Tuesday night.
How long are you there for?
We'll get there Wednesday, and then we'll stay there until either Saturday or Sunday, just depending on if we want to. We're gonna break up the drive into 2 parts, sleep,
Yep.
and then continue for the second part.
That's
and I
good.
don't know if we're gonna do the same for the way back.
A lot of driving, you probably should.
Yeah. It's a lot of driving. Nicole did a lot of driving last time, but I'm gonna try to hopefully do more driving this time, so she's not.
Yeah.
Well, we I don't know how we just went straight there.
That's
14 hours.
yeah.
Yeah. And I was sick last time, so that's why I wasn't driving.
Oh,
as much.
man.
So I was just like I was like, I can't drive for more than like 2 or 3 hours today.
All right.
So it's tough. It's tough. How long you got into your monster until it's dead?
This is the stupidest part of the fight, so it's gonna take a while. We can start talking though.
You sure?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome to Talking Sip episode whatever. Maybe we'll get it out soon.
One day?
One day.
I just need to set time apart and just do it.
Yeah. So we're in November. Thanksgiving time.
Yeah.
This is our Thanksgiving episode.
It's our Thanksgiving episode.
Oh, okay.
Giving thanks for everything, whatever you want to talk about.
I thought you said you had stuff you want to talk about.
I do. We'll get into it later.
Oh,
Oh,
We'll get into it later. So
Okay.
it's kind of just free range for now.
what do you think for Albert?
I don't know. I'm thankful for.
Thankful.
I am. I just don't know
It's kind of a
how to
generic-
put it into words.
Yeah.
Just glad you guys are my friends and
Oh,
we're still doing this.
all
We're
the time or just sometimes.
always that we're still doing this, and it's something consistent in my life and yours. So
Yeah.
I'm just glad with that.
Do you think this podcast has bettered you as a person?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just joking, but how?
I mean, just I don't know, because get to socialize more often and somewhat consistent schedule, and
But you socialize enough. I think if you didn't do this podcast, you out of me and out of all 3 of us, you
Huh?
socialize the most.
probably.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
I mean, it's with people I know and like and familiar with, so that's different.
I feel like you get more exposure to new people than me and John do.
I probably do, but
yeah. So
I still like doing socializing with you guys and hanging
Yeah.
out.
how is it when you socialize with just a random person? Are you shy? It depends on the person.
Depends on the person.
Really? Okay.
I'm more of a listener most
You're
of the
more
time.
of a listener.
Yeah, depends.
Okay. So you're not shy to just, like to introduce yourself, like say hi,
yeah,
like
yeah.
oh,
If it's in a setting where I can do that, definitely. If it's in
Yeah.
a party, then it's harder to do that. But
Yeah.
it's most of the time I'm comfortable and not a problem.
do you find it easy to make small talk? Let's say you're in a line for
Oh, I can make small
Groceries?
talk easy.
yeah, small talk's pretty easy.
Yeah.
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 If it's like 10, 15 minutes, it's pretty easy to keep a conversation for that long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
like
know.
go ahead.
Go. You can finish what you're saying.
I don't know. I was gonna say go ahead.
I don't know like what it is about me in general. I don't like socializing,
Yeah.
but for some reason there are times where people just like feel very comfortable just starting to talk to me and I'm just like, do I look like a friendly person to you?
Yes.
Or like, why are you talking to me? Like, I
'Cause
don't
you-
know you.
You don't
do.
look like an unfriendly. Don't look like a Tommy Wiseau.
Oh, okay.
You don't look like a villain.
You're conventionally, normally looking like a person that would be cool to talk to.
Interesting.
As a
That's weird way
compliment.
to- that was a weird way to put it, but yes.
I was trying to put it in the most positive way as I could.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah. If I seen you just randomly, I would just be like, hey, what's up, dude? Like,
Hey, what's up, man?
Was
you're like a normal guy. Like, you're not gonna beat me up or hurt me or. You're not a Chris R.
Chris R.
Why you got to say his last initial? I don't know. Still, I never knew.
It still makes
Still
no
don't
sense.
Why not say his full last name? Might as well.
What do you think the R stands for?
I don't know.
He's not a Rodriguez for sure. What's
Richardson.
Why not?
Richardson?
Why not Rodriguez?
Maybe he could be.
Yeah.
John's Armenta.
What's that supposed to mean?
Just dox him. Okay, fine.
Oh fuck! I gotta take it out.
and blur your mouth as well. I don't know.
Yeah.
Or it's just
Thanks, Jesse. You just totally gave my life away.
Have you ever Google searched yourself?
Yeah, there's. I'm not the only John Armenta out there.
Okay.
Obviously, I know I'm not because I'm
You're
a
dead.
junior. Yeah,
You're dead.
but there's definitely like so weird. When I was younger,
Oh,
like
yeah?
maybe like right out of high school,
Yeah.
I had a friend's request from someone, and at the time, you just accept all friends requests.
Yeah.
And he knew me, or well, he said he knew me, and he's like, "How you been? Where do you live since you moved away and everything?" And I was just like, he was my age, so that's why I
Okay.
was just like, maybe he was someone I knew
Oh,
from
okay.
like elementary school. And at the time you're just dumb kid.
Yeah.
So
You gave him your address.
not address.
Oh,
but I was
okay.
like, yeah, I live in the like Tolleson area now. And he's like, "Where's that?" And I was just like, "What do you mean?" Like at the time, like I thought it was pretty well known where we lived at. Anyway, so it turns out he did know a John Armenta.
Mm.
And
No
it was
way.
it was a like a white-sican, like
A white
me.
Mexican, white Mexican, yeah.
He ended up finding this person
I
later.
gotta bleep out so many last names in this episode.
Sorry, it's just my last name. And yeah, so I ended up seeing the person because for some reason I never removed this guy from my friends list.
Okay.
I ended up seeing the person who he thought I was, and I was like,
A different John?
a different genre. Yeah,
Okay.
It's different John A.
yeah, different
Yes.
Johnny.
Okay.
I was like, I can definitely see how he made that mistake.
Whoa.
It was pretty crazy. So
You got a twin out there?
an evil twin.
Evil twin.
Oh, you don't
Maybe
like
I'm
him.
the evil one.
Maybe you
Who knows?
This is
at
the
this
evil
point?
one. Okay.
So yeah, there's multiple John A's out there.
John A's.
There's also another one that plays baseball. I found baseball stats that weren't mine.
Oh, cool.
So
You have baseball stats?
I have high school baseball stats.
Oh,
yeah.
okay, okay.
Yeah.
Were you
Um,
better than this other John?
I like to think I'm the best. So
Okay, cool. Okay, I'll keep it that way in my head.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So John's also such a common name. Like
Yeah,
Yeah.
that doesn't help.
Yeah.
it's just unfortunate. It is what it is.
You know, when I have a kid, I
You're gonna name him John.
I did, so I wanted. So here's the story. I was telling you. I was having a conversation.
He's not
with my
saying no,
parents.
John. He's not
He's
saying
literally not saying no.
So here's the situation with that. Okay, so I would.
No way! Oh no!
Okay.
Keep going. Keep going.
So Nicole doesn't want to do this, and we're not doing it because of this.
Okay.
But I wanted to change her last name to Joe Stars, and
No.
she did not want that.
Good
And
for
I
you.
totally,
Good for her.
I totally
Good.
understand why. But I wanted to start my children's name with some Joe variant, and so Jonathan's the first Joe Star. I was
Oh,
like, so if I name my
no.
kid Jonathan, John's gonna think I named it after him.
No, I wouldn't think that.
And then I was like, but what if Albert feels left out? I'm gonna have to name my kid John Albert
John Albert
or Albert
Joestar?
John. What sounds better, John Albert or Albert John?
John Albert.
That's
John
so
Albert
funny.
or Jonathan Albert or
John Albert.
Jonathan
Albert
Albert,
Jonathan.
yeah.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Don't
Yeah,
do that to
yeah.
your poor
No,
kid.
no, I
I
wasn't.
would not feel left out.
You wouldn't feel.
I would not feel jealous. I would not feel left out. I would feel bad for your kid.
I'm
Wait.
already feeling bad
Wait,
for
what do
you.
you mean? Jonathan's not even a bad name.
No. If you change your last name to Joe Star and
Yeah,
named
yeah.
him Jonathan,
Yeah.
I would not feel left out or jealous.
I'd feel bad for them.
Yeah, I would feel bad for my kid too, but
I met
Suck
a.
go ahead.
Speaking of fictional characters, I met a person named Sephiroth.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Yes.
Oh, I thought you said Seth Roth.
No,
Sick.
Sephiroth.
Yeah.
Not named after the character from Final Fantasy, but from the Jewish Bible. But, yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, but I mean that name people are gonna more associate if you're not
Yes.
familiar with the Bible or origin, they're gonna
Yeah.
they're gonna
I already
associate that
started
with
singing
Final
the song.
Fantasy.
Exactly.
So
Like he showed me his ID and all. Like I don't know why you showed it that quickly, but it
Because
seems
he's
like,
not another one.
yeah.
Another one's asking.
Well, no,
about-
he introduces himself as Seth, and then
Yeah.
it's like Seth. Interesting. Oh yeah, short for Sephiroth. It's like,
Yeah.
what? That's cool.
my name's Sephiroth. Give me pinky.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. That was a funny conversation with my parents the other day
I always like.
What did your parents think?
about what the name.
Yeah.
They were just laughing. They're like, I don't know. You probably should ask them how they would feel. I'm like, I probably won't. It probably wouldn't be an option, Jonathan. Just because.
So they didn't say no about either your last name or Jonathan.
So they definitely. I don't think they care if I change my last name, but I think Joestar is probably just a weird last name to change it to.
Uh-huh.
So definitely not changing my last name. It's just something fun. Like people change their names to Obi-Wan Kenobi or just
Right.
something like that. Yeah.
Well, that would be weird because Obi-Wan's a first name.
yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
Kenobi's not.
I'm just kidding.
General Kenobi.
Yeah. So we're going back to being for what we're thankful for.
Yeah, I guess so.
Do whatever you want.
It's just because, like you said, you had something to talk about and
What-
you
what-
didn't start anything.
What are you thankful for? We go through your thankfulness. What are you thankful for?
Dude, I don't know right now.
You feeling kind of down? Like life's not. It's not
It's
not
a
as
little
good?
heavy, dude.
Sometimes life's just out to get you.
You think so?
No,
I
I'm
never
just
think
kidding.
like that.
Are you?
I was
Do you
kidding.
feel like making a movie about it? I could not. I tried to keep a straight face.
He's like the face that he made too is like.
Do you feel like making a movie about it?
No, I mean like, you know.
And at the end of the movie, do you shoot yourself with a fake gun and you don't add the sound or flash? We're making the room.
Bang.
We're making the room.
Okay, I gotta shoot myself now. 3, 2. Actually, you count me down.
Why you sound like an Asian lady?
Oh shoot! Sometimes he sounds like an Asian.
No, he doesn't. You do.
Oh frick!
That's all right. 2 episodes ago, I did an Asian.
Yeah,
I said.
I mean,
You now I just have you cut my hair and you
I'm
just
just gonna
talk
change the
like that.
subject. I mean, I'm thankful for like the house that I live in, and
Yeah.
I think I stress over the things that I don't have but I should be thankful for the stuff that I do have, because like
Yeah.
like you're just now buying a house.
And it's way more expensive.
Yeah, so like, you know, I'm in a good spot in life.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah.
You got a pretty good career.
Mm-hmm.
You get sick a lot, but I mean that's the name of the
That's
game.
just the name of the game, you know.
yeah, projectile
Vomit.
exorcist vomit basically last couple of days.
We've had
That's
I'll
that's
tell you
gross.
after the episode. Yeah,
That's gross.
Yeah.
What about you?
Me?
Yeah.
You didn't tell me why so. What are you?
Oh, that time it sounded like Tommy Wiseau.
Okay.
It's just the merging of syllables.
Yeah.
I'm like, what are you? This is my wife.
Borat now.
I am thankful for it, even though, what?
Elmo's world.
I don't know how we went to Elmo, but even though like the rates for housing are a little bit higher than I want them to be, like it's still not like undoable. It's just you have to be a little bit more strategic about how you spend your money, and so I'm thankful that I got moved out. Like that was a pretty good, like moving out is a great thing. Yeah, I'm able to do projects. My garage is my own. You have the privacy to, you you have free reign to do a lot more things.
Right.
So I'm grateful for that. Grateful for my wife, just an amazing, caring person that does so much, and like that's. There was a point in my life where I thought that I wasn't going to get married
Mm-hmm.
because, like, whenever I would date someone, I would take like a big hiatus from dating because it's just, I don't know, it's weird.
It's a lot of energy and
Yeah, a lot of energy. So I would,
Yeah.
The longest relationship I had been in before I was with my wife was like 4 months, but then I wouldn't date for like 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, yeah, I'm just going to like focus on myself, either schooling or exercise or bettering myself.
Yeah, big step.
And then I would date again, and then that one didn't work out, and then take another break for a couple years, and then I was to the point where I was just telling some, I don't think it was you guys, but some other friends, like, yeah, I don't think that I'm gonna date anyone or see anyone, or I don't think marriage is like a thing for me. I think I'm just like kind of particular, kind of
Right.
weird.
I mean, I'm that way too. Like
yeah.
right now, it's just like I'm cool. Like I don't
Mm-hmm.
need any extra stuff.
Drama,
Yeah.
yeah. But I like, my wife doesn't bring like drama like other relationships did in the past. So like I'm very grateful for that.
It's good.
I got a pretty good job, I would say,
Yeah.
right now. Like I love my job.
Yeah, you've had a lot of fun and new
yeah.
experiences that came with it.
Yeah, definitely. I flew for the first time. Like,
Yeah.
that's
Who
in
would have
a-
thought I could fly?
yeah, but like just
Freaking crazy.
like it, like the simplest things like flying in an airplane still just amazes me. Like
Mm-hmm.
we have the technology to not obey gravity. Like that's such a weird way to
defy
put
it.
To defy gravity.
Yeah.
Magic. But this
Science, baby.
Science. But it's just so many, like, especially now, and I feel like my life is just keeps getting better and better, and some people complain like as you get older it gets worse, and like bills, and I'm just like I'm loving it. Like I'm very appreciative. I live in the country that I do, and I can afford what I can afford, even though like some people think, oh man, I never have enough money, but it's just the way that
Right.
you view things and how you spend it.
Yeah.
So I'm very appreciative about that. I'm also appreciative about one more thing.
Here
Okay.
it comes.
Why are you so smug?
Here it comes.
What's
What
the
do you
build
think-
up
what do you think
for?
it is?
We don't. I don't know.
Why don't you guess what it is?
I know,
wanna
just
guess.
tell us.
You
Just
don't
tell
want to
us.
guess what
Just
it is.
tell us.
The whole point of this episode, just tell us already.
Just tell us.
Me and Nicole found out 2 weeks ago that she's pregnant.
Oh, congratulations!
Yeah,
Yeah.
good job.
Yeah, so very
Finally
appreciative.
found
of
it.
it. Finally found. What do you mean found what?
The thing, the thing.
Apparently, you didn't find it. How is she pregnant?
It's not mine, dog.
Don't
yeah,
say that.
So, yeah, it's
All right.
you're very exciting. Very nervous, very
I
exciting.
wonder why you were talking about kids stuff earlier. You're dropping hints.
Yesterday I was dropping hints too, because I told my parents, and I told we told Nicole's mom. We're gonna tell her stepmom today.
Mm-hmm.
Well, whenever this podcast release is not gonna be today, but the day of filming, that's when I'm doing it.
Okay.
But I wore a shirt that said, "Father, please forgive me for the gains I'm about to receive."
Yes.
And I wore it when we went to go see Conclave.
Oh, okay.
And then so how I did how I told my parents was I bought scratchers. So there was a real scratcher and there was a fake scratcher.
Uh-huh.
And so I gave the scratchers to my mom. And I said, "Hey, I got some scratchers for you guys." I said, why don't you do it? She was, "Okay, so I'm gonna do them later." So no, you should do it right now. And I was like, "Do it right now, but you also have to do this one after this one, because And my dad just looked at me like, what?
You're really,
Classic Jesse.
really forcing it.
Yeah. Well, I put it. I didn't do it as. I did it more subtle than that. I did it like I said. You
Okay.
should do this one last because if you win, this is the bigger one. You want to be like more excited. I said it better, I think.
Okay.
But
I don't
so
trust this.
so my mom scratched it. So she won $2 off the first one, the
Uh-huh.
real scratcher, and then the second one. I'll show you the video. I got it on video. She's scratching it, and she was, I got a line. She goes, let me see what my prize is. So she's scratching it. She goes, what is? She goes, we are waving. Wait, what? She was having. She goes,
Having?
what is this? She goes, what's going on? And then she scratches it. She goes, you guys are having a baby.
Ah!
And then my sister looks up. She like in the camera. You see her look up. She turns to Nicole. She's like, what?
Oh,
So it was just so exciting.
That's a fun announcement.
Yeah. So. Yeah. How do you guys see me being a dad?
I don't know yet. I'm
so
still-
far not so good. You know.
No, I believe. I'm just like, awesome. Congratulations.
Yeah. I'm super nervous, super excited. I'm
Yeah.
starting to read books on
Yeah.
Parenting.
how to help my wife during pregnancy, but also how to parent. Like
Yeah.
that's big change, man.
Yeah.
Big change.
Nah, you'll be fine.
Big change.
We'll have to figure out episodes around the baby schedule.
Yeah, the baby schedule is gonna be
Yeah.
gonna
We'll
be.
have to drive to you
unique.
guys more often.
The baby's gonna be crying in the background.
Yep.
Special guest.
This is my baby.
This is my baby.
It's Babe. Oh man.
Yeah. This podcast will probably be after Oklahoma, just because we haven't told everyone that we want to tell yet. So
Yeah. Put it up whenever you
yeah,
want.
I mean, I've been the one editing these, so I'm putting it up this Friday now.
Whenever you want.
I've been editing a lot of them.
The talking sips.
No, not the talking sips.
That's what John
yeah,
does.
you'll be editing these. So yeah,
I'll make sure to actually put this one out.
yeah. Just remember
I'll
to
do
take
the
out your
tats-
name.
I'll
The
do the tattoo one first, and then
17 times that you said it. Yeah. So that was the whole point of the episode.
Oh well, thank you for sharing with us.
Yeah.
all
of
right, we
course.
can end it here then. No, just kidding.
But yeah, it's big change,
No wonder
Yeah.
why you're looking to like cut costs on certain things as well.
such as what?
Like you're buying. I know you always wanted gym equipment, but you're actually like looking for deals now, and that way you don't have to pay for
Yeah,
the
like
membership.
I bought my last video game, Mario RPG. I was like, this is the last
Mm.
video game for a while.
I mean, I'm sure you have a lot of others to play while you.
Oh, I have so many.
Yeah.
I have enough games at the rate I'm playing games to play for my lifetime,
Yeah.
and same with movies. So like, if I didn't buy a single movie or video game, I could just watch
Yeah.
at the pace I'm going and be okay. But yeah, that's why I'm buying all the equipment now.
Yep.
Because it's gonna, all my money is gonna be towards
Yep.
baby and wife if we decide depending
Just say
on how to pay.
family.
Baby and wife.
Wife and
Family.
baby.
Yeah, to the family.
Yeah.
So yeah, super crazy. You didn't think I was gonna get married first. You didn't think I was gonna.
I
all
think you're
this.
gonna do a lot of things first. This is crazy to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah. Who do you think was gonna have a kid first?
Probably Jason.
I thought it was Jason too. I thought
Like
Jason
no
too.
hesitation whatsoever, Jason.
I thought it was gonna be Jason. But he still doesn't have a kid that we know of.
No, we know.
That he knows of.
We got like 5,000 little Jason babies
Dang.
walking around.
Yeah. You got any pointers for me? Well, how I should act or change or
Depending.
yeah, depending on
Once I see like, once they're like developed a personality, we'll be able to tell. I'll be able to give you like tips and tricks.
Oh, okay.
What do you see in parents' behavior that might negatively affect a kid? I'm sure you could kind of correlate, even if it's not, scientifically accurate, but you can maybe see patterns.
No.
Do
Every parent's different. It's just
Right.
like just being aware
Yeah.
Like, and that just comes with like reading and
Yeah.
not everything's gonna be obviously it's like gonna be hard.
It's not going to be the same
Yeah.
from what you read in books, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
There's no manual to
There's no there's like
how
I
to
can't tell you how to
raise
yeah.
a proper human being or how to understand women. Like there's no manual for
Yeah.
that.
I mean,
It's just, like,
and in my experience, you can do the best job you can do, and
your kids could vary. They
You're right.
accept that
Yeah.
information, those experiences very differently.
it's a mix of nature and nurture. I don't
Yeah.
think it's one or the other.
Yeah, it's weird because it's like me versus my siblings, like how different we all turned out.
Right.
It's just, and we had the same parents the whole time,
Yeah, I agree with that.
but they also
They
parenting.
also change
change
things,
as they-
yeah.
Yeah,
Because they're also people too, right?
yeah,
Like with you, they probably had a certain way that they wanted to
yeah,
raise, and then like when your brother and sister came along, like certain battles they're
Yep.
just like it's not worth it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
And also different times of their lives, money wise,
Yeah.
experience, relationship.
yeah.
yeah, by the time your sister came around, she's already dealt with two of you troublemakers. Like she's probably just like, you know what, just good luck. I'm kidding, obviously, but
Yeah. I feel like my parents, maybe same for you, having a brother, that they were more stricter with the older sibling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I feel like that's pretty common, right? Or is that not common?
It can vary.
it can
Yeah.
vary. I think like the only thing that I wish like my parents
Had it brothers and
done-
sisters?
no. The only thing I wish that like my parents or like just parents in general that I like would do is just teaching kids how to cope a little better.
Mm.
Yeah, not everything's the end of the world.
Yep. Yep.
I mean, as a baby, sure. That's
yeah.
When
That's
you're a
how- that's how
kid,
they
That's
communicate
how
is-
you view.
that's how all they do is cry. That's how
Yeah.
babies communicate.
Mhm.
But growing
But
up,
then like as you get older, like giving your kids like confidence, but also like having them understand that like not everything's the end of the world.
Yep.
like, these are
Nothing.
certain-
Not everything's fair.
Things like these are certain ways that you kind of like help yourself. Like I think in general, like it's very hard for me to, as an adult, it's very hard for me to cope and very hard for me to deal with stress. To the point where it's just all bottles up until like I either get like overly emotional or sick or something like that.
Yeah.
Because I've never had that skill to put it past me. And with all due respect to my mom, like she's very similar. Like she just builds up stress. She builds up stress,
Yeah.
and so she never had someone to teach her how to cope. So like, just giving your kids that mindset
Pretty big.
is a pretty big thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
letting them fail,
Yeah. Letting
not
them fail,
covering
yeah.
everything for them.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because if you never let them fail in childhood, then failing
They're gonna
as a young adult
It's
is
gonna be devastating for them.
maybe not devastating, but
Hard.
that's
to,
how you might it'll be harder for them to.
Yeah. You shouldn't
Cope.
be giving out participation trophies for everything.
Well, I mean it's not a bad thing.
It's a bad thing. Participation trophies are
I think-
terrible.
I think
Yeah.
it's just how you think of it.
Yeah.
It's all how the child takes it in.
Yeah.
If they understand that if they understand all the adults want all the other kids to feel good, that's something
Yeah.
else.
Making someone feel good versus making everyone. You gotta appreciate when people are better, when they're worse, when you have winners and losers. And
Right.
You gotta understand that.
You
And
can
we
still
can't-
do that while getting a participation trophy.
You can.
Yeah.
but-
It's all how you communicate with your kid and
Yeah.
how the kid takes it in too.
yeah.
'Cause, yeah, it's
Yeah.
communication is the biggest part.
Yeah, my parents asked me a couple weeks ago about, I don't know if we talked about this or not, about how I change from their parenting style, like how would I be compared like to mine. I told them I would definitely be stricter with my kids than they were with me, because I feel like nature versus nurture is hard to understand, but I feel like I turned out better because they were stricter with me.
'Kay.
And And I want to read up on it on how to be strict, but also not overbearing, but also
It's not a strict or like loose thing. It's like the skills that you teach them.
yeah, how to think independently, not be
Mhm.
dependent on other people and their thoughts.
Scheduling their time, like
Yeah.
things like that. Like that's something that your parents did with you. That
Maybe they didn't focus
and it
on.
wasn't necessarily like a strict thing. It was just like by the time you got older, like you knew like setting time to do homework is important.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whereas, so like you don't have to. It's not necessarily a strict thing. It's just a like
teaching
them
them
the proper skills.
to adapt and to cope with life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. My mindset right now is that being possibly stricter will lead to better results in a way, but I'm also open to the opinion and more literature to change my mind.
It's I wouldn't define things like strict or loose like John was saying.
Yeah.
Think of it as teaching skills,
Teaching skills.
teaching time management,
Yeah.
teaching discipline, teaching
Coping.
mechanisms
Yeah.
in the most positive way, of course.
Yeah.
Because if you tell your kid to do something, you don't explain why, that just leaves room for pushback because
Yeah,
they don't
definitely.
understand.
Yeah, they don't understand why
Yeah.
why certain actions or thoughts lead to different outcomes and behaviors.
Right.
So,
And that's hard to teach a 3-year-old,
It's
even
very-
if they understand you.
yeah,
Emotions are just way easier than logic.
for sure. For sure.
Mm.
Yeah.
And just like in general, like don't push them like too far.
Mm-hmm.
Like understanding that they're a kid, knowing what they should only know a certain amount of things. Like
Yeah.
I think for me as well. Sorry, parents, love you guys, but like they involved me in adult conversations way before I was ready for adult conversations.
Yeah.
So like all this stuff, it may seem like little to us as adults, but
It's
are
critical.
pretty impactful on kids' lives. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Knowing something too soon doesn't help.
Yeah. I've been collecting books on pregnancy with how to raise children, psychology of children. Like I have probably 10, 15 books plus that I've been collecting because I like books. I love books.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely going to start going through all of those and just absorbing useful information that kind of
Yeah.
help me grow as a person and also to help me because what I want to be is like a guiding person for my child. I don't want to be like a why is that so funny?
Yeah, you're not that person, no. I'm just
But
kidding.
I want to be. That's
was
what I
kidding.
want to be. I don't know if I am right now, but I want to guide them. I don't want to be, like a my way or the highway type of like teacher. I want to be like guiding, and for them to interpret life. Well, they are going to be interpreting life how they should, but I don't want to be shaping them. What is the quote? Like a good teacher teaches a student to be like greater than them, or that's what
Close enough.
that's what I kind of want to be for as a parent. You always want to make sure that your kids do better than you, whatever better is.
Right.
That's up to them and how they interpret that. But I definitely don't want. I want to raise good kids, for sure. I think that
Yeah, you want to raise
that
good people.
but that's not just my job. That's also my wife's job. Like we're
Yeah.
a team.
the team, so we gotta. I don't know how much reading she's gonna do, but maybe I'm gonna.
I mean,
involve her with that.
Yeah, and not just reading, because there's a reason why there's 1,000 books on it, because there's 1,000 opinions on
1,000
it.
ways, yeah,
So
yeah,
and you don't have to write a book sometimes to know how to parent.
yeah. Sometimes you just trial and error. Sometimes,
Right.
yeah,
And like throughout the process, like no book is gonna be catered to like how your child turns out.
yep.
So,
It's only bits and pieces you can take from everything to kind
Yeah.
of apply
And-
to.
how you think right now is gonna change
Definitely,
like every year the child is
Right.
alive.
And with or without a kid, you and Nicole are going to disagree on stuff. Like,
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. For sure.
As long as you guys keep communicating.
That's the most important part.
Mm-hmm.
Keep communicating. Don't give up.
right? You're a team?
Don't expose him to his terrible uncle too soon.
No, I want to see him day one.
No, I was about to say what? Yeah, you guys are gonna be uncles.
Yeah.
Day one, dude.
That's crazy. Wait, what? Day one, you're gonna?
I want to see him day one, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure, for sure. So the due date
Or her.
or her.
Them.
We don't know.
I don't know.
It.
I don't know.
I was gonna say something, but I don't want to trigger Jesse. They might identify as a they.
They might. They might. So there's like we don't know the exact due date, but
Sure.
July-ish
Yeah, whatever.
of next year.
Oh, Jason, baby.
Is he baby? He's a
July 31st.
July 31st.
Barely.
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 August, baby, basically. No, but it's July. But yeah, we'll see. Could be like my brother and come 2 months early.
You never know.
Who knows?
Could be like me and stay in 4 days late.
You were late?
I was supposed to be the 2nd of October.
Yeah.
I learned I was supposed to be end of February.
End of February.
Uh-huh.
And you're mid-March, right?
I'm
Uh,
early March.
Oh.
Early March. So you baked a little
Why do I
longer.
think
Yeah.
mid-March? Who's mid-March?
Don't know.
Don't know.
It's another Albert.
Albert,
Another Albert L.
Okay.
Albert R.
Albert R.
Oh no, I was gonna say something.
Oh, thanks.
You know where I'm going with that?
Nope, I don't want to know.
Okay.
Unless you want to make John's job harder in editing.
Were you gonna say something inappropriate? Like how? inappropriate?
Definitely.
Definitely inappropriate. Yeah.
A put down.
It's kind of a put down.
Like really bad.
It's not really bad.
Okay, then just say it.
Albert Rook.
Oh, alright, that's not bad.
That's not bad.
That's not bad.
Okay. Oh, I still gonna bleep it out.
We're still canceled, but
Still beat that out. But yeah, congrats though.
yeah, congrats,
Yeah.
man.
I'm excited
Yeah, I'm super excited.
and scared, but excited.
Scared for why?
I don't
yeah,
know.
like when you told me, my stomach just kind of dropped. I don't know.
Not it's not just for you. I'm just scared.
It's just a big step.
I'm scared for kids in general in
Yeah.
this world right now.
Mm.
Yeah, I am too.
I think my opinions are different than you guys' on like the whole like world situation. It's just like
Oh, I mean, I understand.
for me it's a big step for you, and
Yep.
because it's a big step for you, like, and being your longest friend, this is like I'm excited but nervous for you at the same time because it's a big step. Like
Yeah.
it's a human being. Like
Yeah, that's a big responsibility.
yeah,
That's the biggest responsibility I will ever have, is raising a human.
yeah,
And it hasn't hit me yet how big a responsibility it is, and it's just gonna keep getting. I'm gonna keep getting more excited, but I feel like also more anxious. But like until birth,
Mhm.
and then,
you're gonna be gray hair by the time the baby comes out.
dude, I will be.
Yeah, it's exciting though. Like, and you don't have to worry. I'm not gonna like. I am by no means a parent, so I am never gonna judge you.
Are you wanting to be a parent?
Eventually, yeah.
Yeah.
But like I said, like I told you, I'm cool. Like I'm cool by myself. No rush.
No
I've been on dates, but you know, triggered by the last one, but it's okay.
Oh, you want to talk about it? No, I
I'm
can't.
not on the podcast.
Okay. Later.
But, yeah, man, exciting.
Leave in the
So-
comments down below how you think Jesse's gonna do as a parent.
1 through 10.
It's
I
all
will-
Jesse's family right now.
Yeah.
Down below.
Dang. Yeah, man. Wow.
In the words of Tobey Maguire, big change.
Big change. Woo.
Do you? Okay. So do you already have ideas? You already told us Jonathan, but
More serious.
Names?
yeah, like actual names or
Sort of. So me and Nicole have had a list of names that we've liked over the years, and
Yeah.
and we've added to it, but not much. We haven't talked about it much, but we're gonna start talking about it more.
Is Jonathan your top male name?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. So I actually have, and you're gonna still laugh at me for the names I choose, and that's perfectly
Probably.
fine because you know how my mind works.
Yeah.
So
I just want to hear the top.
top one of each.
Yeah.
Okay. I like the name Oscar,
Mm-hmm.
but Nicole also has an ex named Oscar, so it's kind of weird. So that's definitely off the table now.
I also know an Oscar.
Yeah.
We.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we all know Oscar. I know multiple Oscars.
Okay,
Yeah, they're
same.
They're all kind of like
Yeah, they're all kind of weird.
weird.
Oscar's a weird person.
Why did you like Oscar?
I
Though?
just like the name. I just
Okay.
like the name.
Okay.
And I also want to include, for some reason, I like names that have
Scott.
C's in them, but that are changed to K's. I don't know why. I like the letter K.
Okay.
So that was an option at one point, but I really
Oscar with a
like-
K.
Yeah, Oscar with a K.
Okay.
But now,
Oscar.
but now I like the name Theo.
Theo
Yeah,
for
Short for Theodore.
yeah, like short for Theodore, but for Dio.
But-
so
Got you.
got you.
Okay, of course.
But
But
I
only-
do like the name
but
Theo.
Only Theo, not Theodore.
Yeah, I think Theodore.
Theo.
I don't know if they'd be made fun of because if they had the name Theodore versus Theo.
Okay.
I don't know. Like what's I'm trying not to name my kid.
You don't want to.
I don't want to give him a hard name.
Kids are gonna be kids regardless of.
Yeah,
the name.
I know. So I can't
So-
change that. So whatever I name them, they're gonna find a way to make fun of. That's just how kids are. That's how we were. I don't know if that's how you were. That's
Yes.
how me and John were. So
Yes.
they're kids.
I was still a kid in a different state still, so
Yeah. So nah. I like. What's so funny?
I don't know. I was still a kid even if I didn't grow up with you. I was still a kid
Yeah.
somewhere else.
Yeah.
Albert's on one this episode.
I mean, I don't know. You agree with me, right?
He's not on one. I just think that
He's
I
definitely.
don't know how you were raised and how like
Gigglebert this episode.
yeah. So
I mean,
I just don't want to.
Regardless of how I
assume-
was raised, I
Yeah.
still grew up with other kids that were still mean to me.
Yeah, yeah. Even if you have like a common name, like you're gonna have
Kids are gonna.
kid.
If you're short, kids are gonna make fun of you for being short. If you're
Yeah.
tall, kids are gonna make fun of you for being tall. If you're fat, skinny,
Yep.
white, brown, like
Yep.
no matter what, kids are gonna make fun of you.
They're gonna make fun of you no matter what. But I really like the name Theo for a guy.
Mm.
For a girl, I have the first name planned. Or I like a first name, and I have a theme for the second name.
Themes.
So I really like the name Majora.
Okay,
For a
that's
girl.
actually a nice name.
That's a nice name, and
Yeah,
I don't hear
good,
it.
Good job.
I really like that. Sorry, that was a bad.
There we go. That's.
I
yeah.
like that name a lot, and
That's
I
really
haven't
good.
heard that before. Majora.
Yeah,
It's so unique, but it's not like
and we obviously know why. It's
yeah, and it means the meaning in English doesn't really have a like by itself doesn't have a good meaning. It means large, which is not bad, not good,
Yeah,
but it
major.
means large,
Yeah.
right? Major, but the middle name, if Nicole and I discuss this and we come to the conclusion, I want the middle name to be
masks.
something. No.
I went there immediately. I went there too.
I want the
I
middle
don't-
name in a different language to mean love.
Mm.
So like a lot. Of
Oh,
love.
okay, yeah, nice.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's my. I have more. I don't have
yeah,
a preference,
It's
but I'm leaning more towards I want a girl.
Okay.
Because I feel like they would change me to be a better person more quicker than the guy would.
Hmm.
I think I'd
I
be more of a
can-
knucklehead with the
yeah,
guy.
I can see that. Yeah.
So I want a girl so it changes me more. So if we do decide to have a second child, I will
I
be
don't-
better for the second child.
Do you interact with kids a lot?
Not as much as you do, no.
Well, I work with kids, so
Exactly. But
whenever I'm with you at the family gatherings and stuff like that, I don't really see you like interact with the kids. I mean, mostly it's because it's Nicole's side of the family. I'm assuming.
yeah.
Mm.
Nicole says I interact with kids better than she does, which like comparing her to her, there's only one or two people there, right, to compare to. So I have more social skills to talk with kids. I have more patience to talk with kids. I just find kids and their thought process very interesting. I don't want to compare it to like watching chickens because I love chickens and watching chickens, but that's such a weird comparison.
What?
I don't know if you can match chicken logic with kid
Yeah,
logic, but
But
What about watching paint?
paint dry?
I'd rather watch chickens.
But
Oh,
chickens
okay.
are some more they're very interesting, and they seem so simple. But I want to
'Cause
know.
they are.
But they are. But they're so interesting at the same time. But with
Sure.
kids, there's so much more than just the chicken.
Yes,
Kid-
I
the-
think that's
my son-
universally
my son
agreed.
that's- My son sit for this.
Okay, it's a 1. He's gonna be a 1 with the kid.
My son sit for this episode is kids are more than chickens.
What came first, the kid or the
The
chicken?
chicken.
Humans in general more interesting than animals.
Who would have thought?
Sometimes not.
I mean,
It depends on the person.
I think in general, yes. The answer is yes.
That animals are more interesting.
No.
Kids are.
No, I sometimes I just want to just pay attention to animals.
Okay, I'm not saying always. I'm saying in general. Yes.
Yes, but
The general consensus is kids are more interesting than chickens.
I'm just very interested in how kids act, how they act out,
100%.
how they talk. Where do they learn something from? Like
Yeah.
it's very interesting, and the
Gosh, I got a story.
the only kids that I really like interact with that are like young enough that they're still kids
Mm-hmm.
are my wife's kids. And
Yep.
so she has a 10-year-old, which is not she's a kid, but she's also really not a kid. She's almost preteen. She is preteen. And she's also in that stage where she is preteen. So talking to her is kind of not as interesting because they
Mhm.
don't want to talk to you. But the little kid is 5 and is just full of energy. And her dad is I think is a pretty good dad. And just seeing where she takes from the mom and the dad is just super interesting. And talking to her is just always fun, but she's always playing Fortnite, so she always doesn't want to talk either. But it's just super fun, so I'm super excited.
Okay.
I forgot what your question was, but whatever it was, I'm super excited for it.
I forgot what my question was too.
Yeah,
Oh, we were talking about names.
yeah, names. Yeah,
Do you have names?
I thought about it a long time ago. I haven't thought about it recently.
Yeah, you're.
Give me a minute. How about yours?
Sorry, I almost just put Albert on blast. Sorry.
Thanks.
I love you.
what?
We're in the same situation.
I know. So I don't know why you're putting me on blast.
Put yourself on blast.
Me, man. Okay, before I answer, do you also? Obviously not. Never mind.
That's the question.
Do you also consider like your last name as well when thinking of names?
I do.
Yeah,
So like,
Yeah.
I was just saying your names out loud. I do like Majora. That's a nice name. But then I like say,
Theodore Leon.
yeah, Theodore Leon.
I also
or
like Shaw, but that's
Majora
not a-
Leon.
yeah.
Like they don't really go together, you know? Like,
Yeah, but I really like Majora.
Yeah, I
That's
really
a
like
good
it too,
name. You can't steal it. My kid's going first. Don't even try to.
But like you
it
imagine,
wouldn't go good with my name either.
but you imagine somebody announcing their name
yeah,
for an award. How does
Yeah.
it sound?
Yeah,
yeah,
That's what I go through.
but maybe the middle name will be a link to a
The
link.
past?
What? I heard it in my head too, but maybe it will connect it
a
better.
link to the name.
Yeah, maybe it will connect it better. I gotta find a name that fits it.
Yeah.
That's
Also, another
moves
thing
it.
that that I was wondering for you as well is Nicole's Hispanic, right?
Yeah, she's a quarter Hispanic.
Do you ever? It's pretty big for Hispanic families to like have both last names. Are
Yeah.
you just gonna use your last name, or are you gonna?
Well, she wants to change. She doesn't like her last name, so she wants to change her last name to mine. So I just have to pay the money and do
Mhm.
that. So
Paperwork.
eventually, her name will be my last name. But I don't know. For me, I think the hyphenated thing is very weird, interesting. But some people like that. They want to hold on to their heritage, and that's perfectly cool, perfectly fine. But Nicole's not like that. So
I was just wondering.
yeah.
Did she put a last name into the jar other than Joestar?
What do you mean? She
Well, like you suggested a last name. Did she
change to
suggest one?
change it?
Uh-huh.
No. So there was also a discussion, and we've had this years ago, and she says we never had this discussion, but we have. I wanted to combine our last names actually, so it'd be like Baleon or something like that, or like De Leon, but I wanted to change it. I don't think my parents would be upset about that.
Baleon sounds pretty good.
Yeah, and it's an actual name.
Yeah.
It's an actual name. I don't know where it was from originally, but it's an actual name. I also thought about changing the last name also.
Leonstein.
Leonstein. No.
You just keep going back to Joe. Did you get married to Joseph? Or
Might as well.
at this point, sorry, Nicole.
Change your whole name, man.
I'll change your name for you, and then you change her name to Jonathan Joseph.
Change your first name too. Yep.
She has a whole new name.
I'll just call you John now.
So you trusted me with this.
Yeah.
No, like I'm trying not to like. I don't want to embarrass my wife or my kids.
Okay.
For me, I'm less embarrassed about stuff than I would say than probably you two in certain situations about certain things. But I don't want to make life harder for my family.
Yeah. Reasonable.
Yeah, but yeah, I've thought about different names besides Joestar, even though it was a brief thought, like Baleon, or even changing my last name, because technically my last name is not Leon. Technically my last name is Leon, because there's no punctuation for it, accent mark. So I thought about changing my last name to Leon, putting the accent over the E. But that's just me being pedantic, so that's just how I am. But I think people usually pronounce it Leon anyways.
I don't
know. It's kind of
I
half
think
and
it's
half.
pretty much like
Yeah,
especially if it shows like your race and ethnicity as well.
Yeah, if it's last name, most of the time people think Leon, but if it's first name, people think Leon, which is perfectly.
I guess especially being the state that we're in, then it makes it easier for people to guess.
Mostly Hispanic,
to guess,
so,
yeah.
But if I could definitely see if you went to like a predominantly
Ron.
Yeah, different. Yeah.
But I think like with like your race and ethnicity being Hispanic, then most people are gonna just assume.
Yeah. But yeah, I haven't thought about changing my name. Besides, there was actually a point in time where I wanted to change my middle name or add a middle name. Kumo, I wanted to change my name to, like, actually, because I just
first name or middle name.
Middle name
I
probably.
was about to say Kumo would not be a good first name
for a kid.
For you in general. For anyone.
Yeah, it's Japanese. Means cloud. Sephiroth and Cloud9. Any other questions?
What? I was still thinking about my names. Like,
oh yeah.
I haven't thought about it for a while.
No, did you have any in the past?
There was a name that I had talked about with an ex.
Yeah.
For a girl, but I forgot it. Like, I forgot it when I forgot her.
I've always liked Alex, but then now I have a cousin named Alexis.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I've always liked Alexander, but
yeah,
Alex or Alexis is kind of out of the picture because I have a cousin with that name.
I want to stay as far away from John as possible.
Yeah, me too. From my own name.
Yeah.
Like being named after my father, it's created issues with Mel.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I definitely don't want that issue with Mel. And like, oh, is this mine or yours? Like, I don't know. I guess you better open it and find out. Like,
you don't wait. You're not junior.
No, I got an M, but still sometimes they don't put a middle initial or a name or a middle name. So
yeah,
because I was like, that's never happened to me. Like, I always get my own mail, but there's a junior attached to my name. So
yeah, Nicole, she likes Blaine, she likes Nova, Neo, Jade, Navarra.
You guys got some outlandish names.
Yeah. she also. I think this is more of a joke
Nymphadora? No.
than what?
Tonks?
No. But she has an anime name on here that is kind of a joke, like my Joestar name.
And Neo's not one of the joke names.
No, Kagome.
Okay.
But she likes that
Kagome?
name, huh?
Kagome?
Not Kagame, Kagome. It's spelled the same, but
I mean, if we were in Japan, maybe, but
yeah. But there's people who have
I
the
used to
name
want to give my
Kagome.
kids joke names. Like,
But that's the thing, like
then you're making them an easy target.
naming your kid not only just an anime name, but also a different culture's name. Like for me, like I don't care. I will. They're literally sounds that come out of our mouths, and as long as
Yes.
they're not potentially offensive, I think there shouldn't be a problem unless it's like a religious name. I think sometimes that's where you can get tricky. People get really attached to
Yeah.
that, right? But I feel like if I were to name my kid Kagome, like, is that a bad thing?
I think so. Like, I mean, there shouldn't be, but
There shouldn't be,
but there is.
but there
but
is.
there is.
Because the problem isn't other adults, even though there might be thinking that in their head
Yeah,
of it being a problem, but it's also how they grew up with other kids.
yeah, yeah. But I think Kagome is a nice name.
No, I agree,
Yeah,
but I could see that being a problem.
yeah. You should see. I'll find the picture, but you should see when I was born. I looked like an Asian baby. Have you seen that picture? Me? Yeah, my family always makes fun of me. I looked like the Buddha when I was born, just fat and chubby and bald.
You're pretty chubby for a while when you were.
When I was
yeah.
In elementary, I've
Uh,
always been pretty skinny fat. I was kind of skinny fat.
Skinny fat. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
a good
skinny fat.
good example.
Yeah, but I mean, some people think that I'm part Asian or something, and I mean, it doesn't matter. Like, if I look at it or I don't look at it, I feel like it shouldn't affect what name you can give your child.
Yeah.
But you also have to realize that they have to live with that name until
Right.
legally they can change it, right? So you don't want to make something difficult for them.
Or you could also change it for them later, but that's
Yeah, you
up
can
to
change it for them later as well.
But it's tough when I don't. It's you got to really think hard if you want to name your kid something they might not match that other people conventionally
yeah,
put it to.
yeah, but it's like people. I don't think that should be something like you said. We shouldn't worry about that. That is
Right.
something people, I don't know, have in their mind or don't agree with or have
Yeah.
problems with. But like
It shouldn't have to be
it
that
shouldn't
way.
be.
I agree.
It shouldn't have to be. And
But you're
There are-
obligated to think about it.
there are consequences to
Yeah.
what you seem as something simple or little,
Right.
and that will affect that child.
Right.
Yeah, so I'm very conscious about that, but I don't think, I don't know, because none of my brothers and sisters have crazy names, so I never
But
have experience.
all I can recommend is just think about people your age that have crazy names and how they grew up.
Yeah, yeah. Do we have any crazy named people? I don't know.
I don't think so.
People, yeah,
But you can look it up, I'm sure.
yeah, yeah, for sure. But yeah, that's names.
I think, like, for me, I really like certain Hispanic names,
Yeah,
or like Hispanic, like Hispanic sounding like English names. So like I don't know if I'll tell you guys later about
Yeah.
one name.
okay.
But yeah, I just really like Hispanic sounding names.
You like them?
Mhm.
Yeah, okay. Because you're half Hispanic, so
Mhm.
you hear a lot of Hispanic names, right, in your
Mhm.
family?
Mhm. Actually, that's
No?
actually not true.
No.
A lot of my family that I know of are like, at least my parents, my
They have American names.
they have
American names,
they have
right?
biblical names,
Biblical
right?
names, yeah.
So like my
John, Mark,
Paul, David,
Paul, yeah, all that type of.
My one of my cousins is like Stefan, but I think they meant like Stefan, like.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
it's not like, it's not Hispanic sounding.
It's
A
kind
little
of,
bit,
a little
but
bit.
not like Aaron.
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 Aaron. Yeah.
So, yeah. But I like Hispanic sounding names like that. Like, yeah. I'm trying to think of some.
You don't have to answer this, but based on what your dating history, I don't know all you've dated, but you typically date the Hispanic women, right? Okay. Yeah. I have a mix.
I think, yeah. I think it's just because we spend a lot of time around Hispanic women. I've liked women of other,
Yeah.
I just haven't really dated them.
I tried. They just didn't accept my offer.
Exactly. That's the problem. Like, I try, but, yeah. Love me some Hispanic women.
They don't like me, and I like them.
Ezra. I like Ezra for a male name.
That's a cool name. Yeah, that's a cool name.
I like Z's.
I like. There's a name for
What'd you say?
I like Z's. Zachary.
Zachary. Aziz. There's a name from the Bible I really like, and I think it's really cool, but the reason why I like it,
Poseidon. Oh.
no.
What
There-
Bible is that?
The
So,
Greek Bible.
when they're going through the genealogy of Noah, they go through like the husbands and wives and the sons and daughters and everything.
Yeah.
The Zillah is actually in the Bible.
Zilla.
But it's spelled Zillah. Zillah. I think it's a cool name, but Godzilla's too close
Yeah.
to it, and I feel like I would scar my kid for life.
Yeah, because you like Godzilla. We
I
know you like
love
Godzilla.
Godzilla.
and-
Dad, why'd you name me Godzilla?
Majora, Godzilla, Joestar.
Is that supposed to be a boy or a girl?
Yes.
It doesn't matter. It
Yes.
just works.
Wow.
It just works, dude.
Yeah. Anyway, I think that's it. I don't think Albert thought of any names except for like Zach.
I mean, yeah, not too many.
Yeah.
Who do you think
I for some reason I've always liked A names too, but
A names?
I feel like I shouldn't, but I
Why?
always do. I don't know.
You think it's like conceited because you have an A name?
I kind of wanted to
maybe.
like name my
Maybe.
child like the next letter over, so something with the K.
So
So,
I
like,
thought you were
my
saying
name starts with a J.
J-O.
Oh,
No, like K.
Ogre.
Ogre.
K, you like the letter K as well?
Catherine.
I like K names.
Okay.
I like
but
K names
they
too.
wouldn't fit like
Okay.
my.
What's a K name that you do like?
Kyrie? I like Kyrie.
Let's
That's a
see,
basketball
let's see.
player's name,
Yeah,
but
I
think
recognized
it's a very
it.
Cool name, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like K names too, or names with a K. I don't.
Doesn't have to start.
Doesn't have to start with a K.
We knew
Yeah.
Caleb with a K. He was a bitch though. That's a different question.
Okay.
Yeah,
Different
Was he
scenario.
a twin?
yeah, the twin. Caleb.
Yeah,
and Kyle.
that was a K.
Mm,
I thought it was a C.
no, it was a K.
I always spelled it with a C in my
Oops.
head,
There was a Caleb with a C that we went to school with, but a different guy.
but he was not the twin
Yeah,
one.
he wasn't the twin one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I got a K in my name. Mark.
Uh-huh.
That's great.
Yeah.
With that being said,
Nice.
thanks for listening to us talk about Jesse's big announcement.
Woo!
Good luck to him.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.